Matters, an interactive program brought to you by MTA International.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and welcome to another program of Faith Matters, an interactive program which we discuss questions raised by you, the viewers, on a range of topics relating to the religion of Islam. With us today in the panel, we have Imam Abdul Majid Rashid Sahib, who is Imam of the London Mosque and Missionary in Charge, United Kingdom; Maulana Ibrahim Noonan Sahib, who is Missionary in Charge of the Republic of Ireland; and Dr. Zahid Khan Sahib, who is President of the Qaza Board, United Kingdom. In previous questions, we answered a number of previous programs. We answered a number of questions from a host of different destinations. There were questions from Mauritius and from Canada and from all over the world. And today, similarly, we've got a range of questions. The first comes from Mike Nanook. I hope I've pronounced that right. From Toronto in Canada. Many thanks for your question, Mike. Mike asks that one question raised in his local church is that so many things in Islam depends on the timings of the sunset and the sunrise, like fasting, for example. So in such places where days and nights are exceptionally long, even lasting a few months, this teaching is not applicable. And so he says the claim of being a universal religion falls apart because it's not applicable in certain parts of the world. Could we perhaps ask the panel to shed some light on the assumptions that have been made in these questions?
Well, I think the answer is very simple. Because we are not going to give the answer. It has already been answered by the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And that is the beauty of Islam, that during the lifetime of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, when the companions, they came to know about a situation which could pose a question, they would very humbly submit to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and he would very graciously answer to that one. So this question was actually raised in front of him. That it was mentioned that in later days such a situation will be there. So naturally the question came how to offer the prayers, how to fast during those situations. The answer given by the Holy Prophet ﷺ was very, very simple. He said that you have to calculate the timing according to the situation there. Because obviously people cannot fast for 6 months, and they cannot simply offer 5 prayers in 6 months, and that should be enough. 5 prayers a day, and fasting is also prescribed for a month. But the meaning of this instruction, that faqtiru, that you calculate the timing, that was that you just see at your life pattern there. You don't sleep for 6 months or maybe for such a long period to cover that distance. It is a very short period, and as you work out the timing of your getting up, going to bed, having your breakfast, your lunch and dinner, even in those areas, like in Alaska or Siberia, when the people go there, they work out as to what time they have to start. Similarly, they can work out the timings of the salat as well, and also the fasting.
So contrary to the understanding that Islam in some way is deficient in its teaching, in fact, this is beautifully illustrated by the Holy Prophet ﷺ,
yes,
that this provision is there and that these questions were raised and were answered comprehensively.
Yes, it was.
Yes, Islam is a very practical religion and a very universal religion. And touching on just 2 aspects that come to my mind about prayers, for instance, is also performing of the ablution. If water is not available there is an alternative given of performing the wudu. So that is practical in that respect as well. And also of perhaps joining prayers, which perhaps could not be said at the appointed time for whatever reason. So two prayers, Maghrib and Isha, can be joined together, and Zohar and Asr can also be joined together. So in that respect, all these things have been taken care of as far as prayers are concerned, and therefore it becomes a very practical and a very universal religion wherever we may be in the world.
Ibrahim, very quickly, did you want to add
I
something?
think the only thing I can add to this, I mean, Imam has answered it, downside has answered is that both myself and you have had an experience of being in Iceland and also Imam as well.
Yes, absolutely right.
In the very country which we're talking about, where they have sometimes 6 days, 6 months, this and that. And we have met Muslims there who've actually applied this, living there. So it just shows you that it is applicable, it can be done.
And so it reinforces the practicality of religion of Islam.
Absolutely. I think there is another aspect as well, that Islam being a global religion for the whole of mankind, it has taken into account the comfort and the convenience of the people as well. I mean, one aspect is this one, that people don't have to fast that long.
Yes.
They have to work out according to their local days. They can work out the timing of the fast, timing of the
Exactly
prayers and
as
everything.
Ibrahim has pointed out in places
And
like
another
Iceland.
aspect is that the practice of fast, that goes on changing in different parts of the year.
Yes.
So it's not always, for example, the hot countries, they don't have to observe the fast always in hot weather.
Yes.
Sometime it will be in winter, sometime in spring, sometime in autumn. So that also makes it very easy. And that is another aspect which shows the light that the universality of the teachings of Islam does not fall apart. Rather, Islam takes into consideration that this teaching are meant for the people living in various circumstances. And whatever are the circumstances, according to that, Islam has accommodated them and given a teaching which makes it very practical and very comfortable to abide by it.
Jazakallah, Imam Sahib. I hope, Mike, that has answered your question comprehensively.